So we are moving ahead with our next session. The topic is rainwater harvesting and the best practices. Mr. Nandan Mungekar from Rainwater Harvesting and Environmental Consultant TBC has joined us for the wonderful session. He is a government diploma holder in architecture. He's a first associate of Indian Institute of Architects. He's a member of Council of Architecture. He's a Bachelor of Architecture, Master of Engineering, Town and Country Planning. In 1987, he has completed. Fellow of Indian Institute of Architects, 1991. Government approved valuer, presently doing research for doctorate in environment and ecology. CG Geology from Mumbai University. Expert in dowsing and pendulum diagnosis. He has attained many awards. Awards for Excellence in Architecture 1998 for the project of roof water management of Holiday Home and Training Center. The said project was also nominated by Indian Institute of Architects for Indira Gandhi Paryavaran Puruskar 1998. Award for Successful Rainwater Harvesting at Oval Maidan, Mumbai. Award for Implementing Rainwater Harvesting Project for the M.N. Banerjee Industrial Home. Over to you, sir. We are looking forward for good information from you on the rainwater harvesting perspective. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much for a kind introduction. And I thank here CREDAI for asking me to give some of my ideas about rainwater harvesting. Okay, I'm an architect, a town planner, an environmentalist and geologist, and I'm practicing since 1978. And with all these different facets of my profession, I designed buildings right from word go since 1978 as green buildings or buildings with harvesting rainwater, since I have a background of farming. And then when I used to design my buildings, sometimes I had a lot of problems, but still I could get the buildings approved from corporation with rainwater harvesting. And then in 1995, I designed the first building totally at the place at Pajgani, where it used to rain maximum, but no water afterwards. And that project, I got a prize from JIA. This is the magazine which shows that the prize which I received. And from that day onwards, people started calling me as a harvesting consultant. And that's how I started harvesting. Today, it is my main business, and I will explain you some of the points connected to this. Now, what is rainwater harvesting? Is it something rocket technology? No, it is there for thousands of years. If you go to the history, when Rama was sent to Dandakaranya, he was said, why Dandakaranya? Dandak means devoted tree. Tree doesn't have leaves. Why no leaves? Because no water. At that time, Rama and Sita had to go to Rishi Atri's ashram, and where Rishi Atri's wife Sati Anusaya explained the technology of rainwater harvesting to Sati Sita. This is what is written in the Valmiki Ramayana in this original things. Okay, after Ramayana, what? Mahabharat. In Mahabharat, many of the buildings are constructed where rainwater harvesting is done. Where this is the Lenadi temple near Mumbai, and where the roof water coming from the hill is collected below the temple and used for Lord Ganesh's puja. What is next? Next is the best example available in the world today. It is near the Mumbai Canary Caves. You can see this slide in front of you, where you can see on top there is a scar on that stone. You may think that as a rainwater downtake pipe. The water falling on this hill is collected through that scar into the basement carved out below the cave, and entire water is stored. And this water is picked up from that cave by the monk inside. The height of the cave is exactly similar to the height of the rain falling in Mumbai, that is 2,400 millimeters. And that's how the total water is stored. And these monks 3,500 years ago used to stay with the water harvested with that. Not only that, the technology which they use is that water, while coming for storage system, is filtered through alum, coal, sand. So after that cleaning only, the water was taken inside. That is 3,500 years ago. Now I will come to Raja Shivaji's time. That is 350 years ago. Every fort of Raja Shiva Chhatrapati Shivaji is having rainwater harvesting. Let it be in the sea or let it be on the top of the hill, but water is there. Surprisingly, they had the technology to find out where you will get the water from the ground. Here, all the water falling on this Janjira fort is collected in two lakes. One lake is used for human beings, one is for other things, and that's how this they were staying in this fort. Now, not only that, even our Rashtrapita Mahatma Gandhi, when he was staying in Rajkot, in that area, every house collected the roof water into the tank below. That tank was called as a tak, Gandhi tak. And with that water, collected water, entire year, they used to use this water for a domestic purpose. And the last example of the history is Rashtrapati Bhavan. So Rashtrapati doesn't drink Yamuna water, but he drinks water which is harvested. So Ramayana to Rashtrapati Bhavan is the history. So is it a rocket science? No, it is there for years together, but we have forgotten that the moment we got tap water, and we forgot the technology of rainwater harvesting. Okay, so let me start with the rainwater harvesting as of today. Now, what is rainwater harvesting? The concept is where it rains, you stop the rain, collect the rain, and store it and use it. It doesn't mean that the water is stored, collected in the lake somewhere else, 1,000 kilometers or 100 kilometers, and supplied to the city like Mumbai. No, you have to collect the water where it falls. Now, the type 1 is when the rainwater falls on the rooftop, it is collected separately, taken down to rainwater downtake pipes. First 7 days, you don't take that water, allow the roof to be washed off, cleaned off. Then it comes down, filter it through the cement, through sand, coal, and lime, purify it, and then store the purified water into the tank. As per the MOF norms today, you have to store, the size of the store should be of 2 days capacity. So you store that water, and then you can use it for any purpose. With filtration, you can use it for primary purpose also. The second is to charge the water in the ground. Now, how to charge the ground in the ground? You have to have perfect place, hydrogeologically suitable, which will absorb the water, which will keep the water in place, and you can take it back afterwards and use it for all the 12 months. These are the two major types. Now, roof water, surface water runoff, surface runout to be charged, borewell recharge, another recharge. This is the basic concept of rainwater harvesting. Now, I said roof water. Now, roof water is collected. Now, you can see the table here. There's a plot area given. Then there is a terrace area. Terrace area multiplied by the average rainfall per season. In Mumbai, it is 2.3 meters. That is 2,300 millimeters. It rains for 80 days. So if you divide it by 80, you will get daily rainfall. Then you have a coefficient. And if you multiply it by the coefficient, you will get per day rainfall. Multiply by 2 is the volume we will require as per the MOF rules to store the water. Now here, you must bear in mind, in Mumbai, it rains to the 2,300 millimeters. In Delhi, 0.61 millimeters. Then Chennai, 1.4 meters. Likewise, so you have to change wherever you are doing it, you have to take that figure into account. Now, I will come to the ground recharging. In the slide in front of you, you can see a well. Well has its own hydraulic cone. On the right hand bottom is the bore well hydraulic cone. Now, generally the water is stored in this manner in these wells. Okay. Now, what we are going to do, we have to harvest the rainwater. What do you mean by that? We mean the rainwater which is falling on other than roof is now going into the going for charging. How you charge it? I'll give you a simple example. When doctor gives you injection, he takes a syringe, he fills up the syringe with the medicine, he gives you a prick and presses the throttle from the back. Have you seen when the doctor gives you a prick, there's small amount of blood you can see in the syringe. That means there is a pressure of the blood of the body. Similarly, there is a pressure of the earth which pushes the water. So you have to induce the pressure. Next, please. So if you see this slide, on the mouth of the bore, there is one pressure well or the ring well. The water which is other than roof water is stored here on the mouth of the bore, and that is called as a pressure well. Around the pressure well is a filtration media where the water is filtered through sand, coal and lime, and then filtered water is pressurized. 1 liter water weighs 1 kg. So that pressure of at least minimum 10 ton, 10 meter cube is kept on the mouth of the bore, and then this water creates a hydraulic cone inside. Let me tell you here, this hydraulic cone doesn't flow anywhere else. It remains there, and it's a natural water tank available to you. And what is the cost? Bore is say 100 rupees per running feet. Ring well is 2.5 lakhs or so. And see, don't calculate the stormwater drainage or pipeline, etc. The basic element is the well. So take that cost into account. Next. Now, when I say this simple method of charging, one roof, one is in the well, it costs minimum. It costs say 3.5 lakh to 4 lakh rupees per well. Now, how you decide where to construct the well? Now, this is the engineering method. We have resistivity meter. There are 4 wires on the left-hand side of the machine. These wires are connected to the probes, and we induce electrical current which goes in the ground and bounce back. After that bounce, we can, from the resonance, you can definitely find out at what level the water is, what kind of soil is there, what is the quantity of water you will require. This is the normal method, engineering method. For any permission, you have to give the report of this test so that the government or concerned authority gives the permission. Now, it is not possible. Okay, in cities, it is possible for builders to approach the consultant and get the thing. What is done for last so many years by all other small cities, etc. Let me tell you, give you some demonstration. Okay. I have simple, now this is the thing, dowsing. Now, these are the dowsing rod. Now, where you are supposed to harvest, where you can store the water. So there has to be a space, there has to be a vacuum for the water to go inside. Other than machine, you take this dowsing sticks, you just go on the 4 corners of water, move around. Wherever there is water, these 2 rods come together and they show you the exact location or the direction of the water. You go into the 4 corners, then wherever these points synchronize, exactly that is the point where you can have a bore well. You go there and put your resistivity meter and find out exactly where is the cavern. Let me tell you, the engineering method shows you where is water, but it doesn't show you if the water is brackish or sweet. But this dowsing method shows you only sweet water. So whatever the expenses you spend, they don't go waste, and you can use each and every pipe for this. Now, one can take these are platinum rods. One can take a hanger, keep this 1 feet, cut this here and make these rods. So in minimum amount, you can be a dowser. Secondly, see, this is a coconut. Keep the coconut on the first 2 parts of the fingers and walk around. Wherever there is water, this coconut jumps up like this. Simple method where you can find out where is the cavern. And at that cavern, you charge the water, so it will stay there. So apart from all these methods, these are the methods used for all throughout the year, everywhere in India. This is the latcher antenna. This is another instrument which shows where is the water. And finally, the best one is the dowse, pendulum. With the help of pendulum, you can easily find out sweet water, its depth, its quantity, and with minimum money, minimum effort, you can get correct diagnosis. So your investment is not wasted. And the cost, as I explained you, now this is the thing. In the cost factor, for any building, for any project, the water cost is 4%. Any rainwater harvesting technology cost is only 0.5%, 0.5%. So if you do rainwater harvesting prior to the building construction, in 0.5% cost, you can fulfill the demand of 4%. So 3.5% is the you are saving from day one. There is nothing in building industry which can save your 3.5% money at the first go. So why one should not do it? When you do this construction of rainwater harvesting instrument, then you use it for your building construction. So your building cost is also reduced. You get plenty of water for curing. The quality of the water construction goes up, and the same instrument of rainwater harvesting which you used for building construction, you are giving it a successful system to the flat buyer. You are not spending extra, and you can give it at a reasonable cost. So you are it's a win-win situation. You use use it for your own work, and then you can give it for others. At the same time, keep in mind that whenever you are doing these wells, see to it that you keep it away from the foundations, because the load line which is at the 45 degree, and these wells should not cross each other. Otherwise, it will be a destruction. That's why one should be, now here it shows you how we go ahead with this. We study the project requirement, research of site conditions, site features, site history, proposed planning, studying the proposed development plan and its features, carrying out hydrogeology survey, dowsing rod and all other surveys, discussion with design team, processing this suitable rainwater harvesting system, and the system takes time to mature. Once it is done, it's available, water can be put into use as desired. There are a lot of methods of rainwater charging. It's contour bunding. On the hilly side or a sloping side, we use contour bunding technology. Nala bunding, stop the water at nala. Short bores, deeper bores, tube wells, open wells, ring wells, and the pond. These are the different techniques. If I had to tell you in the simple words, if the water is running, make it walk. If the water is walking, make it sit. If the water is sitting, make it sleep. And then you eat the fruits of that. Now, as I explained to you earlier, in Mumbai 2.3 meter, Delhi, as per the monsoon over there, you have to design the roof water harvesting tanks. Now, why we were supposed to do it in Mumbai or in any place? When there is urbanization, there is a lot of concretization, tarring for the road. In Mumbai, 97% Mumbai is tarred. So the percolation is not happening. Water is going to the sea. The the stormwater drain system is designed in Mumbai, designed for 50% water to go to the sea, but 97% water is going to the sea. In the bargain, the water doesn't go to flow slowly, and then it accumulates. That's why you must be reading in the papers water stagnation in Mumbai, and 3% water is going down. So if it is not charging, where you will get it in the well? No. So here we have to put this water into the ground, charge it. The success of any rainwater harvesting is allowing the water to percolate in the ground and not allowing the water to go to the sea. Now, requirements. Corporation is supposed to supply 135 liters per day per head, but they supply only 90 liters, which is normally for domestic, and flushing water is expected that you create it with either recycling, black water, grey water, or rainwater harvesting. Black water recycling is very difficult, costly, tedious. This grey water, okay, but still it requires time and money, maintenance cost. But the rainwater harvesting is the minimum. Once you spend 0.5% of the construction cost, then it is free for the lifetime. Now I will come with the projects which I have completed. This is the first project which I completed in 1995. It is at Pajgani, Bhose in Maharashtra, where it rains maximum, but no water after the monsoon. I completed this project for Iron Exchange India Limited, and here entire roof water is collected into the basements below. Let me tell you, till this building was completed, there was no word of green building or rainwater harvesting. When this building was completed, this harvested water is used. The term harvesting in recent days architecture came in the vogue, and that's how it is used now. And here you can see the plan. All the roof water is collected into the basements of all the 5 units. From lowermost basement at the right-hand side bottom, the water is taken up. It is supplied from the highest point, again for first drinking, bathing, etc. Recycled, recollected, again taken up, used for flushing. Flushing water is again collected, filtered, recycled, and used for farming. Okay, this is the first circle. You can see it here in the section. The overflow of the tank is used for ground recharging. And this building works on entirely harvested water. The best part, this was awarded not only for this, but because of charging of the water into the ground, entire hill got charged, and nearby villages down the line started getting water. This is the best part of it, that when you do harvesting, it is not only for you, it is for entire surrounding, and that's what we expect. This is the schematic drawing. You can see that. Now, on the totally other type, it's in the coastal belt of India. There is a laterite soil, and here, when it rains on the soil, the water goes down like it's a sponge. I use simple system of plastic and harvested all the monsoon water into this. The height of the lake or a depth of the lake is exactly equal to the average monsoon. Okay, that's how the harvesting is done. Now, this is a typical skyscraper project in Mumbai, where the roof water is collected into the rainwater harvesting tank. Where is the tank? You see the section? The tanks are on the fire safety floors or refuge floors. The water is collected on refuge floors. There is no extra space required. The quantity of tanks is smaller, so it is easily constructible. And the best part of it, these skyscrapers, when there is the earthquake, when the building moves to the left, water stays on right, vice versa, and it maintains the equilibrium of the building, and then the stability of the building gets improved. The lowermost is above the podium, where the water is stored above the podium, and in the monsoon, all the cars, they get dirty. So all the car washing water is available from the rain, and whatever the balance water, it goes to the ground for recharging. So all the each and every drop falling on your property is harvested and used. Next, this is another project in Mumbai nearby. So it is next to the seashore. Though you harvest the water, the sea water gets in, and then it spoils the quality of water. Here, I have allowed the excess water, rainwater, to be stored between the sea and the project, and I created a film of sweet water, so the salt water is kept at bay, and your water is kept perfectly well. The next project is one of the prize-winning projects. It's in the suburbs of Mumbai, SV Road, and this is Yogeshwari and Western Railway Line. Railway line is 5 feet lower than the road. In suburb, there is no stormwater there. So water flows from the road to the plot and then into the railway road. Then 5 feet slope, it's a blind home. Blind children would get down, and the water used to accumulate 3 to 4 feet. It's dangerous. And every time they used to break the wall, water used to go on the railway line. And then because of water inundation, the railways used to stop. And they used to get penalized. Here, I harvested that water by creating a well and a bore well. So the upper hydraulic cone, lower hydraulic cone got charged. No water going on the railway line. And this water is available for blind in wets, and not only water available, they could sell the water and they could use that money for blind children, and that's the best part of it. That's why it was awarded. Similar is the project of Sipla at Sipla in the suburb of Mumbai. Similar railway line and the road. The water used to get accumulated. When I got the opportunity to do next one, I could see that there were 2 existing bore wells gone dry. When I was trying to develop them, when excavated around the bore wells, I could find a well. I inquired about the history, where I came to know it was a paper mill before. They extracted the water. They went for a shallow bore. They extracted that, and then the water table went down. They sold the property. This property was bought by them, by Sipla, and then when the water was not there, I could bring all the storm water, put it in the open. I opened the well, put all the water into the well, charge this well and in the bore well, and I am getting lakhs of liters of water for the use. Old Maidan, where it's an old time Maidan, where as per the old norms planned by Britishers, the water was going out from here onto the road and into the stormwater drain and go to the sea. Here, instead of that water going outside the property, I made small bore wells, ring wells, and allowed the water. You can see the down section. Without going out, I percolated that water. And let me tell you, because of this, I created 8 ring wells, and these 8 ring wells are giving water for entire gardening. And this is the lush green Maidan in entire Mumbai. And lastly, the Shivaji Park. The Shivaji Park problem was different. It's a Maidan. The dust used to go out with the wind, and many people around this Maidan having lung problems. To solve that problems, we harvested. We not allowed the rainwater to go out, but we allowed it to percolate inside the soil. So the water is accumulated there, and which is used for gardening thereafter. And now, to what extent one can go? This is in a multi-story building at Ghatkopar. It's on the 6th floor. From the balcony, I collected the water and stored it into the tanks. And also, today Vastu is in the vogue. So in the northeast corner, I created one small well, and I kept rainwater harvesting water on the 6th floor multi-story building. And today, even the Ganpati immersion takes place in that well. So water harvesting can be used even at micro level. And these are some of the instruments. The biggest of the biggest harvesting well. It is this cloth company where no company of this cotton mill survived without well or water body. These cotton mills are gone, but these wells were not used and they were in the stage of dilapidatedness. Here I used the ring well system, multi-ring well system, protected that well from collapsing and harvested the water, and which is giving millions of liters of water for all other use. This is where the smaller places, smaller multiple well, and then where there is no place, there is longitudinal ring wells. And this is the industrial use. This is for Deepak Fertilizers at Dahej, where sea all around. I use 1 hectares of their land to collect the rainwater into this plastic plants and use this water for their entire industrial use successfully for all throughout the year. Now, this is the drawing which is showing you every type of harvesting. On the slopes, use contour bunding, nala bunding, ponds, open well, bore well. You stop the water. Don't allow it to get out. Let it charge and use it again. And these are the benefits. You can go through the benefits. The quality of groundwater improves, quantity improves, it mitigates effects of drought, achieves drought proofing, and all the things. And the best, reduce the soil erosion and the surface runoff is reduced. These are the best systems. And today we are talking about Desh Bhakti. Our Jawans are fighting on the border. we call them Deshbhakta. They are doing their duty. What are we doing our duty? We must contribute to this Deshbhakti, and we harvest the water. That is also the Deshbhakti. And let's make our India Atmanirbhar and help our PM Saab. Jai Hind.
Thank you, Mr. Nandan. That was very helpful, and I'm sure a lot of our members will now start implementing these practices in detail.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.